When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office on May 29, 2023, many Nigerians had hope for better days to come. They were of the view that, based on his cognate experience in administration and as a former governor of Lagos State, he would be able to positively turn around the economic woes of former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. However, there was also palpable fear because no one knew what his administration would bring forth. Having learned a very big lesson from the previous administrations that was rudderless and devoid of any form of direction, President Tinubu came with a renewed hope agenda geared towards economic and structural reforms. But 2 years down the line, it seems it has left many Nigerians at a crossroads as they grapple with the hardship associated with it. Many observers believe that the Sunday removal of fuel subsidy during his inauguration speech was the devastating blow that dragged Nigeria as a nation to her knees, leading to untold economic hardship that has affected all the basic necessities of life. Today, May 29, makes it 2 years President Tinubu had assumed office. Assessing his government so far, how has he fared? Has he done well or not? VOS TV went to town to sample people's opinion.
I think today also makes it 27 years since democracy returned to our nation. And in my opinion, I think democracy has grossly failed in Africa. Yes, because if you look at the nation Nigeria, take a look at the Duke State as a case study, the most major infrastructure that we have in this country, in this state, were built either by the colonial masters or by the military administration. You can talk about the Sanwo Gbemudia administration. You can talk about the many administrations. Look at UBTH, University of Benin, the major roads we have, the major power lines, the major health centers. Everything in this state and in this country were built by the colonial masters, as I had already said, or by the military administrators that we had ab initio. But democracy, particularly in the hands of the APC-led administration, that is the administration before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has grossly failed Nigerians. In terms of economy, I am a civil servant. I started working some 11 years ago, and my earnings in dollar, the dollar equivalent of what I earned when I started working 11 years ago, was over $700. Today, I have worked for 11 years, and I can put it to you that I earn far less than $120. My ability to build a house, my ability to buy a car, my ability to get the basic things of life, having put in so much for the government, has grossly reduced by over 6 times. You look at our health facilities, the health facilities are nothing to write about. You look at the university, tertiary and public, that's public tertiary, primary and secondary education, are on a steady decline. Not decline, but decay. You look at our health infrastructure, you look at agriculture, the farmlands in Edo State and in every other part of the nation are no longer safe for the people, for the ordinary farmers to walk in and ply their trade. You look at our roads, the road infrastructure, although, let's give some applause to the president. I recently heard that he has cleared up, is it one of the debts we were owing? Yeah, IMF, with the IMF. And that's one positive step, and he's also making bold statements in terms of security. But words do not match actions. I mean, barracks are being sacked by the day in this nation as we speak. I mean, you can no longer traveling from here to Okada. You are lucky if you get there. Do you understand? So we give kudos to the president. We thank him for the efforts he is making, but we believe that he has to do more. He has to match words with actions. His reforms, I mean, we read in the news yesterday that the tax reform is ready for his assent and a few other things. But these reforms needs to be driven because we have a cultural challenge. The average Nigerian has the mentality of, what do I take home? Do you understand? So if you are able from the top, if he is able from the top to enforce the rule of law in this country, that if you are corrupt, you are caught, be you in APC, be you in PDP, be you in XYZ party, that you are caught, you go in for it. You see that the dynamics of our cultural lifestyles will change. People would effect a more national-oriented sense of living, where you do the right thing and know that if you do not do the right thing, you would go in for the law. So, in my opinion, the president needs to match words with actions. We need to see, because I mean, the dynamics now, the political dynamics now is that people are flying to the political safe havens, which is unfortunately the president's party. Everybody that has been previously ruled in this country, who have one or two, I mean, near cases to answer, are running to the safe havens. And the president needs to start from his home to set positive examples to keep the nation rolling to a positive height. Thank you. That's my opinion.
Well, I always call him average because it was when he came in, well, he have a lot of tasks ahead of him because the previous administration wasn't really, I mean, it was below average. So I believe when he came in, there was a lot of tasks for him to do. So I was calling average, like 50%. Well, economically, I think he have tried to do some kind of reform that might, maybe we might not see the impact now, but I believe in years to come, in few years to come, we will really surely see the impact. I think I can't really put the blame on him, so I think the blame should be from the previous administration. No, I don't know. We are just, I think today mark it 2 years since he started this administration. So I don't know why they are so much concerned about 2027, 2027. Yeah. So I think their focus now should be how to better Nigeria, not how to to win election of 2027. So I think what is destroying Nigeria is politics. Most of them don't really care about the welfare of the citizen. All they care about is how to win their political office. So I think they should focus more on how to to better the welfare of the citizen. They should be more proactive in the areas of economy and the security.
Well, let's still be watching. As for Tinubu, is not helping us in any way, but we hope that he has good plans for Nigeria. The main problem we have in this country is security, and he's not saying anything concerning it. We don't have enough food to eat, not because our people are lazy, not because we do not have land for cultivation, but because people are afraid to go to the farm. When they enter the farm, people are there to kill them. Herdsmen, Fulani men, people are crying, and that is why goods are so expensive. We are not even talking of the fuel. Well, he is planning to bring down the fuel cost. That will still bring the transport cost down. But what about food? Food is the main important thing. When you eat food, you even be able to trek to anywhere you are going. We need food, we need security, and we want him to help us out of this. Tinubu is just there changing appointments all the time, appointing new executives into his cabinet. That is not the real thing. He should work well for those who are working with him. But we are praying. They say everything depends on God. People are praying. The Christians are praying. The Muslims are praying. Let security be number one thing Tinubu will do for us.
He is trying, but his trying is not enough. I must be frank with you. You understand? Yes, as a learned man, an accountant for that matter, so he's supposed to know the issues that borders the nation from the grassroots to the uppermost points. I've been a person that has campaigned vigorously. When the social society campaigned for then Obi, million march, he organized his own single-handedly 5 million march. And at the end of the day, he came victorious. So you can see he has some wisdom in him. But one should expect if the society in its entirety should come up en masse to campaign for a particular candidate in the name of Mr. Obi, they have by his manifestos and his agenda to rule the nation and to deliver, giving references to poor nations, how they have been elevated to prosperity, which convinces the grassroots citizens that made the civil society to come en masse to campaign for him, to give a massive march. You know, we are talking at King Square right away in Benin City, yeah, you know. So this place at that point in time, my brother, I will confess to you, I visited this place. It was so massive. All the adjoining roads to this center, this King Square, was so filled up with people. You can't even bend down to pick a sand, or else they will march on you because of the crowd of the people, you know. So that is to say the people open-mindedly wish to Obi to come in. But I feel that it has been a long issue. His Excellency President of the nation now, you know, has been working towards being a president of this nation. So for that reason, he leave no stone unturned, you know, to grab that leadership position.
I just feel we are getting what we deserve because the people that voted for him, because many people voted for him and wanted him in. So anything we are getting now is just something I feel we deserve, because I have not seen any improvement since his assumption of office. Nothing like the roads and everything. Nothing is even moving. Just I think we are just going back, because recently I think he even still went. It's not yesterday I was seeing on the news that he still went to borrow a huge sum of money, despite the one that has been on ground that he has been borrowing, and nothing is generally moving. We are just really existing in this country like a thing, not even a human being. Like we are just really existing like anytime he wants, he do anything he wants and stuff.
Generally, we're not moving forwards. Nothing is working. Economic wise, nothing is working. Everything is on the rise. Even yesterday, we went to a filling station. Most filling stations were locked yesterday. I think they were anticipating fuel increments. So, as per that one, fuel is supposed to be a little bit lower. It's not like a little bit lower. We're oil producing nation. Fuel is too expensive, because that's one of the reasons for cost of transportation. Other things, security wise, every day kidnap. I say I have phobia to travel. I cannot. If I don't have flight money, I will not travel anywhere. It is now. Everywhere security is poor. Then he's even campaigning for second tenure already. So all rounds were not satisfied. He's not doing well for my own assessments.
I think our president has done well. You know, the level we are in this country now, we've gotten to a systemic failure stage, you know. So some of the very tough reforms that he brought into the limelight in this country has what call long-term benefits. Now, the short-term impact might not be good, like the subsidy removal. You see that there's a high level of inflation and other things. That's the short-term pain. But the long-term effect is that you see that these days the revenue accrued to different states from federal government is high. You know, all the state governors, they are all happy because the money they get every month now is on the high side. And then some of these economic reforms, because there was a lot of politics surrounding that subsidy. Removing that alone was a tough one. So I think we should give the president time. He will do more. And some of his policies, I think, is going to turn around this economy. There's this Asaba major way that the minister came down to the states to launch. And I think that will go a long way to also open up that access of the states. And then our government is doing well here. It's doing flyovers, and that will also boost the economic activities in that area. It can do more, you know. But I can't say I'll give the president A. But what I would say is that we should give him time to do more, and then also he should understand that with good amenities, the economy will thrive. Good hospitals, good roads. They also work on power supply. One of the issues that we've been battling in this country is lack of power supply. You know, individuals, they have their private business. They are falling up because power is not available. The money you used to run generator, run diesel, you can't get profit. So one of the areas I think I'm going to encourage the president going forward in this next 2 years of his administration, he should do a kind of forum where you call those persons that were involved in that power, PACN, BDC, whatever, and then try to bring in teams, guys that can sort our power issue. if you want to ask me what I want more in this government, give me power. When you give me power, you give me road, I'm good to go. My business will thrive, every other thing will thrive, and I'll be able to raise enough manpower to run my company. But when you see a situation whereby people cannot run, they're in the private companies and they spend more money, before you know they're fed up. Because the profit you get is what you plow back to run the business. That's not policy of business administration. So I think he has a lot to do more. But so far so good. Let's give him time.
Dennis Ubudia, reporting for VOS TV, Benin City.